All right, what's up? This is Reading Teacher on the Run, aka Brent. This is episode 2. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to give you a little blueprint. This is what I think I'm going to do each week. So here's like the 4 things I'm going to be mainly talking about today. Power of the dry erase board, the baby dry erase board. 2, making school fun. 3, ticket mania. And 4, training text evidence detectives. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The power of the baby dry erase board. I love these dry erase boards. So many times I say, come in quietly, grab your dry erase board, grab your marker, and there's so many things you can do with these. So what I don't like this one, I like this one a little bit better. What I usually do is I'll say, okay, write A, B, C, D on your board. And let's just say we just took a unit test and then I see that they struggled with, I'm just going to pull one specific skill. Let's say they struggled with context clues. So I might have them write A, B, C, D on the board. I'll already have a PowerPoint created or a resource pulled or something that I can put on the projector. I'll give them a question with multiple choice. I'll tell them put their offices up because there's likely to be wondering eyes if they don't know what the answer is. Sometimes I'll read the passage in questions to them. Sometimes I'll let them read it on their own, depending what my class looks like and how they're doing. And so they'll do this. I'll say 3, 2, 1 flash, and I train them to ... slash. So that means they slash answers that they're wrong, and then they dot it if it makes sense. And then they choose the best answer. And sometimes with like context clues, I'll have them do like clue words too, because really it's the words around the underlined word that let them know what it means. And this is just a quick way, 3, 2, 1 flash. And they hold up their answers, and I see, okay, who's getting it and who's not getting it? Who needs a little extra practice? Who do I need to pull a little bit more? Who needs a little practice? And you can use these for spelling, any kind of skill. I was using it for point of view the other day. There's so many things you can do with these things. I love the power of the baby dry erase boards. And then next is making small group fun. Number 2, when you pull kids over, it's amazing how simple it is to make things fun. Just grab a simple board. It doesn't matter what the board is. You don't even have to follow the rules. You can make up your own rules like I did. This is this board. I don't really follow any of the rules except the spin twice. Every time they cross go, they might give themselves a tally. They get a roll. But they have to be doing what they're supposed to. If they're giving me crap effort, they're not going to be rolling. But if they're doing what they're supposed to, doing exactly what I'm teaching them to do, giving me 110%, then they get a roll. And I keep track of how many times they go, or they keep track. We both keep track of how many times they go around. And the winning person will get a few extra tickets. I'll give them, if they're really working. If they're not giving me effort, I'm going to give them 0 to 1 ticket. And I'm going to let them know why they earned that or didn't earn what their friend earned because they didn't. And usually it takes one time and then they learn, okay, he's not playing. Because I tell them, this is practice. This is practice for when you take that worksheet for a grade. When you do that worksheet for a grade, when you take that test, you got to be focused on what we're doing so that you know how to do it, basically. But it's amazing. Sometimes I don't even have the board. All you need is the dice. Give them 2 rolls after every few questions. Keep track of their scores, and they love it. It's amazing. And if they get doubles, let them roll again. Man, they love it. Everyone's wanting to come over here. Now, you need to let them know, too, okay, if you get out of hand, you're not going to do it again. So enjoy it while it lasts because this could be your last time. So you have to hold them accountable, but you can also make it fun. Real easy with a quick little board, a couple pieces, some dice. And then I mentioned tickets. Tickets are huge in my class. Tickets are basically, like I tell parents, like I tell kids, tickets are what make this class really, really fun. And there's a lot of things that these tickets, because I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I loved getting these tickets at putt-putt. I would play these games, and I would love to get it. And even today, to this day, I still take my daughter to this place with games, and I love throwing the balls at the clowns. And those clowns aren't laughing anymore, and I'm getting the tickets, and I'm going and getting these prizes, which I bring from my class store a lot of the time. But they love tickets, and some of the things that I offer in my class store, 5 tickets a piece of candy. Make sure you get parent permission for candy. Make sure there's no allergies, eggs, peanuts, any of that. But you can also get 3 shots on my goal. Every time you make a shot from a designated location in my classroom, you get 5 tickets. So they love to do those 3 shots. Title shots. I'm basically a big kid. We have champions in my class. Actually, I have 3 belts in one class and 2 belts in another class. We probably have a total of about 7 titles in here. And basically, when you're the champion, you get extra tickets if you were to read a Raz Kids book or do a text evidence resource at home. So basically, if they take one of my text evidence resources, one of the passages and the questions home, and they do it at night, Then they come in the next day, they turn it in. I check it, make sure they did it the correct way. Then I'll give them anywhere from 5 to 10 tickets, depending on the level of difficulty of the text evidence passage. Or they can do Raz Kids. We have leveled reading program, online program called Raz Kids. They can do it at home on their tablets, on their computers. And basically, they're doing extra reading comprehension, and it's helping them develop these reading skills that they need. And it's helping me understand what they're getting and what they're not getting. And they do extra work so they can get these tickets, so they can eat lunch with me, so they can get shots on my goal, so they can go for the belts. Because a lot of the competitive kids, I'm ultra crazy competitive. And when I win a belt, I'll walk around and I'll have the belt on my shoulder, and I'll just stop and I'll be like, man, I love this belt. And I'll just look at the kid I just beat the kid in basketball for, and they're just like, but they're also laughing and they love it. And also if they beat me, because I'm pretty good at that goal because I've had it for a while, I've had a few shots on it. So like I'm looking at my board and I have a belt called the Savage Belt. And every time, if they beat me, they automatically get the belt and 5 tickets. And every time I beat one of them, I add a tally. So right now, if someone were to beat me for the Savage Belt in my first class, they would get 9 tickets. And this is all encouraging them. And my reverse psychology about talking smack with the belt, and I tell them, you'll never beat me, so there's no point in even trying. And they're just like, man, I just want to beat him and shut him up so bad. But all this reverse psychology, all of it basically encourages them to go home and read Raz Kids, basically encourages them to go home and read this so they can play the basketball game. Or maybe they're not going for the belts. Maybe they just want to eat lunch with me or get a one-day game time, or try to throw 3 water balloons, 3 snowballs at me, or to get the big ticket prize, 100 tickets to eat lunch with me for the whole week. So I love these tickets. Ticket Mania. Number 4 is text evidence. Training text evidence detectives. All summer I wrote these passages. I created these questions, these skill shape-based text evidence questions. These are straight text evidence, straight from the passage. These are like STAR test level or state level test quality questions. They're difficult questions. They have to figure out the main idea, the central idea, make inferences, use context clues to figure out the meaning of unknown words. These are the tougher questions. But I've been using these so much in small group this year. And I've been sending them home so much this year. And it's cool to see, because at first what I trained them to do is read the questions first. And then while we're reading it, if they figure out that they just identified one of the proof for the text evidence questions, they stop what they're doing, go figure out which shape to identify it with. It's cool because at first they would read it and they would read the question. They would basically answer the question, but they wouldn't know it. And I'd be like, cricket. In my mind, I'm like, cricket, cricket. I'm like, they just passed it and they missed it. But the more we've practiced, I'm going to give you an example of what I now see. So let's say I'm a kid reading it. And here's the question. So let's say number 3, the smile-based question, where they put smiley faces on both sides. When Poppy lifted his leg, what did Todd quickly do? So I'm going to be the kid. I'm going to show you what I see when they figure out that they got it. At this moment, Poppy lifted his back leg and began to potty right near Todd. Thankfully for Todd, he saw the sprinkler of dog urine headed for him, so he moved out of the way. Oh, there it is. Which one? Whoa. There it is. Smiley face. So it's cool to see them at first. So look, they go identify it, smiley face, right next to Todd moving out of the way of the dog urine. It's really cool to see them getting it and figuring out, I can read the question before, and then while I'm reading it, I can answer it. So it's making it easier for them, and to see that light bulb go off is really cool. So I've been training text evidence detectives like crazy this year, because a lot of reading comprehension is basically finding the right proof and you get the right answer. And man, if you want to check out any of my text evidence resources, I have text evidence. I wrote them all summer, like text evidence biography, text evidence animals, text evidence fiction. And then once the school year started, I did text evidence Halloween. I was waking up at 5 in the morning, working after school. Same with text evidence Thanksgiving, waking up early, working after school. Definitely check those out. Yeah, and it's my teacher pay teacher store is Reading Teacher on the Run. I've been using these like crazy. I love them. The kids are enjoying them, and that's pretty much it. If you have any, and keep sharing. I noticed a lot of you are sharing my weekly email list or with teachers, and you're saying, "Hey, email him, join the list." Keep sharing. Sharing is caring, and thank you to everyone who's checked out my Teachers Pay Teacher store. Still amazed and overwhelmed and humbled at, man, just how well the store is doing. It's just motivating and encouraging. And every time you buy something, if you buy something during the school day, because when you buy something on Teachers Pay Teachers, it does a little cha-ching on my phone. And whenever you do that, you're basically, I've decided, because my kids got it, and they're like, "You sold something." I'm like, "Yeah, I did." It's like 42 cents. I'm really excited. But every time there's a cha-ching during the school day, that gives a free title shot to that class, whoever's with me, my reading class. So you're helping the kids try to defeat me or defeat their friends. So you're giving them an extra little 1 minute brain break. So I thank you. They thank you. Again, if you have any questions, shoot me an email at readingteacherontheRun@gmail.com. I'm also fixing to open a Facebook business page just for Reading Teacher on the Run, and I'll keep you updated on that. I'll probably do another video over Thanksgiving break. I might not be in my classroom. I might be out of town. I might be at home. I don't know what's going to happen as far as that goes. But I will make a video next week. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, power of the Baby Dry Erase boards. Make small group fun. Ticket Mania. And by the way, my kids keep their tickets in a Ziploc bag that I staple into their reading folders. And they put initials on those tickets, and I have a ticket police to where whenever they turn in tickets, the ticket police has to make sure that it's their initials on the back in case any friends have sticky fingers. And if it's not their initials on the back with a pen, because the pencils could get erased with a pen, then they have to go visit the principal. So they know that stealing tickets is not cool and will not be tolerated. And then number 4, training text evidence detectives. Thank you for everyone who's bought so many text evidence resources from my store. If you want to check it out, Reading Teacher on the Run, Teachers Pay Teachers. That's pretty much it. I hope everyone has an awesome week. You guys are awesome.